Jai Hind. China hits leading US drone maker with sanctions. Let's recall a few months back, China vowed to take forceful measures to protect its sovereignty, and after the US approved the sale of 360 million US dollars in drone and missiles to Taiwan. And now China has made up to its promise in the form of sanctions on a range of US companies, including Skydio, the largest US drone manufacturer. A little about this company. Skydio is California-based drone maker founded in 2014 by three friends from MIT. It started out focusing on consumer drones to capture videos cool enough to earn a lot of likes. We can check the number of likes that they have earned on Instagram. But what happened in 2023? Now, Skydio pivoted, retiring its entire consumer business to focus instead on enterprise and public customers, that is the US government. Today, the firm's drone fly for every branch of the US military plus over 200 public safety agencies. Now, the company really drew international attention. However, on the front lines in Ukraine, where Skydio's small and easily maneuverable drones, they helped mostly with intent recce missions and operations. Now, its latest model X10 was apparently the first US drone to pass Ukraine's electronic warfare testing, that is, to resist Russian jamming. So why did Skydio end up getting sanctioned by China? There are multiple layers to it. The first crispy cheesy layer of explanation, according to the CEO, Skydio CEO, is in a note to its customers, is that Skydio supplies drones to Taiwan. Now, don't jump to conclusions so quickly. Please hear this out. Skydio's presence in Taiwan has drawn attention, but the company highlights that its only Taiwanese customer is the National Fire Agency, demonstrating its focus on supporting vital public safety initiatives. But in the middle of it, tit for tat trade war, the US imposed sanctions on Chinese drone parts manufacturers just a few days later. So this rationale doesn't seem to count for much. Now, when my research team digged deeper, and we noticed that the US is already in a long-running quarrel with Skydio's China-based competitor DJI, the world's largest drone maker. The Pentagon classified DJI as a Chinese military company back in 2022. Then just last month, DJI also lawyered up, arguing the Pentagon was stigmatizing it because DJI is neither owned nor controlled by the Chinese military and sells only consumers and commercial, not military drones. Now, kindly note, both Russia and Ukraine have still used them. So interestingly, both the US and China's top drone makers have now effectively used the same argument, and they're not military drones. Now, Skydio is a drone supplier for Ukraine, and that raises the question: does the Moscow-Beijing no limits partnership extended to China actively destroying US firms helping Ukraine as a favor to Russia, like how Putin reportedly asked Elon Musk to block Starlink in Taiwan as a favor to his Chinese counterpart? Then let's go down to the bottom of this dish, and there's the fact that DJI and Skydio are also just like competitors in this fast growing 35 billion US dollar global drone market, though that competition is limited by 2 pointers: DJI's global market dominance, and second, the fact that Skydio already exited the consumer drone sector, in part due to the DJI's dominance. Now, still, Skydio's CEO had to deny claims. It's been, lobbying Washington to ban its competitors like DJI, rather than compete on products and price. And either way, as the US seeks to reduce its reliance on critical Chinese inputs, Beijing may well see value in shooting America's largest drone market. Now, what does this sanction mean? The firm assembles its drones in the US, but its batteries come from single supplier in China. Now, these new sanctions mean Skydio no longer has access to that battery supply. Now, let's relate to the CEO note. Company is now working to find new suppliers, that they will take time, at least until next quarter. I mean, that means next year, and it will be hard to match Skydio's last supplier on the product or price so soon. So China mostly leads the world in batteries. Skydio says it's got its stockpiles it can use, though they are limited. It's already rationing batteries to one per drone. BRICS has already shown the real power of multipolarized new world. If we go to 2022, it was seen any country not in Beijing's good graces might find it hard to secure the batteries they need. And now that's what is happening. Interestingly, Skydio's CEO is now talking about US-China ties for his business. China's sanction on Skydio's reflect the complex dynamics of US-China relations. While the move may protect China's national interests, it also underscores the risks of couple of points like technological decoupling. The sanctions could accelerate the separation of global tech ecosystems. Second, increased tension. Escalating trade restrictions may harm bilateral relations and global economic stability. And third, not most important, innovation stagnation. Limiting access to cutting edge technologies can hinder progress in critical industries. As the US and China navigates this complex landscape, it is essential to consider the long-term implication to such actions and seek diplomatic solutions to mitigate the risks. Jai Hind.